Good morning to us. Hello to everybody else. It's currently around 5:30 in the morning on Thursday, and we are on the line to board the bus that will take us up to Machu Picchu.
So it's been about an hour, and looks like we're close to the bus. Might get in on the second bus, probably this one. So it's just we're gonna take a pan over here and see how long the line is. The line is pretty long. Yes, it's very long. We did not get to see the sunrise, but it is what it is.
Wonder the world.
Excuse me?
So we've made it to Machu Picchu. It's Thursday morning.
Yep, and our tour guide is going to take us around, and it's going to be about a 2-hour tour.
And we'll share with you everything that we explore and see. So these are the only toilets in Machu Picchu, so they suggest that you go before you enter the archaeological site. And it's easy to get to once you get off the bus, before you ascend the stairs, just past this wooden building, and it's at the end of the road. It's 2 sols to use the bathroom, so you do have to pay. But again, it's the only bathroom within all of Machu Picchu, so be sure to go before you enter the site.
So this is the line to get into Machu Picchu. There are people out here asking if you want a guide. So I guess if you come here without a tour guide, there is someone out here that can help you out with that, I guess. There is a hotel right next to Machu Picchu. It costs about $1,000 US dollars. I'm not sure about the line, how line works here, but we're just kind of following our tour guide. And so I guess one side says Ministry of Culture, on the other side Direction de Contrato de Culture. Not sure. There's 2 separate lines. We're about to find out. Line is somewhat long, not very long. Okay, so you'll see they scan the tickets and take a look at your passport here. Oh, you can drop off your backpack here if you want. I believe it would cost something. I'm not entirely sure. Oh, maybe 3.
Machu means all. Picchu mountain, all mountain. Machu Picchu is located over the 2,400 meters altitude, almost 7,000 feet at altitude. It is located in the rainforest. Machu Picchu.
Your name on? I've got my phone. Yeah. Does it? iPhone. Thank you. Yeah. That fold on. Don't fold that. Yeah, don't go backwards. Oh my God. It'll face like
So this is the famous spot for your Instagram photos. It is the first stop once you climb the stairs. You can see that there are a couple levels. There's actually 3 levels. 1 is rock, 2 is grass with the grading. This is where a lot of people will line up and try and find their perfect Instagram location. So be prepared to spend some time here. Probably 10-20 minutes to get a spot. Right there where those 2 people are standing is the perfect spot. So if you line up right there and you angle yourself, you can get the perfect shot of the mountain and the ruins.
Alright, so it's kind of continuing down the path on Machu Picchu. Okay, let's see.
this is heading toward the actual city.
Yeah, this is heading towards the actual city. So yeah, Machu Picchu was built in 1430 to 1470.
It only housed about 600 people.
Yep, only has about 600 people. In 2007, UNESCO named it one of the new wonders of the world. It's getting warmer now. Alright, so it's been about 2.5 hours here at Machu Picchu, and it's, really the hardest part was just walking up in the beginning, and then pretty much afterward it's slowly coming down, and just getting a hand of getting good views stunning views of the Machu Picchu. The stairs were, I guess, a little jagged, but I guess you're kind of going at a slow pace because there's so many tourists here, so there's no really rush.
So one thing you might be noticing in these videos are the pile of rocks that are in different areas of Machu Picchu. According to our tour guide, they're no longer restoring the site, so as buildings and walls collapse or fall apart, they're just going to take the stones and pile them. And the reason is they can't replicate the style that was originally used in the building of Machu Picchu. They can't place the rocks and the boulders in a way without mortar. So not to compromise the integrity of the site, they're just going to leave the rocks on the ground.
So right now our tour guide is placing the phone with the compass on at the corner of the stone to show that it's facing perfectly south to Cusco. And each of the other corners are facing the respective directions, so east, west, and north.
So a major reason why we chose to visit Machu Picchu right now was because recently the government of Peru made some changes in terms of how you can visit the site. You have to show your passport, you have to document your passport number, they're keeping track of how many people enter, it's a timed ticket, and one of the key reasons for that is kind of what you're looking at right now in the fact that it's not that crowded. Yes, there are people, there were a lot of people, yes, we waited about an hour just to get to the site, but in terms of actual crowding, walking around, it's not that bad, it's manageable.
Alright, as for the weather, in the beginning it was kind of brisk, but right now it's become more balmy, a lot warmer. So I think in the beginning it was like 50 degrees, right now it's 65 degrees, so it's beautiful weather actually, yeah. So they have signs that kind of just go, it's like, I guess, suggested, really, to go one way, so just make sure to take as many pictures as you can where you are.
So right now we've climbed up to the sundial, which is the highest point in the actual ruins. It is believed that the Incas performed astronomical and spiritual rituals here. During the two equinoxes on March 21st and September 21st, the sun stands directly above the sundial, creating no shadow whatsoever. Overall, I found the sundial interesting because the Incas built it 600 years ago, and it showed their knowledge of astronomy.
I would recommend the guys because we didn't really know anything about it. So they kind of told us about the rock formation and the sundial, and the different temples. And I guess we only just found out that 600 people kind of lived here. As more of the hierarchy, the higher end, I guess, people that lived here. And yes, I'm very glad I got this off the bucket list. And just to learn more about it was kind of interesting. Yeah, it's fast. It's all of this was done in the 1400s. It's kind of amazing.
Yeah, we are doing.
And just to know that 80% of this is in the original formation. So the time on the ticket, it was from 6 to 12. We got here at 7:30, and right now it's about 10 o'clock. So we're kind of trying to get out of here to catch the bus for 11:30 because the bus comes every 10 minutes. But apparently, because there's so much tourists, it's going to take a long time to get a bus. So they suggested for 11:30.
So once you clear the ruins of the temples, you enter this area of Machu Picchu, and directly in front you'll see a rock which has been carved in the shape of the mountain just behind it. Now, the Incas worshipped the mountain, so carving this rock to look like the mountain allowed them to go and make offerings to the mountain via this rock, which is very interesting. What we're looking at right now is the entrance to climb Huayna Picchu. Huayna Picchu is one of the two mountains. There's Machu Picchu and Huayna Picchu. You can actually climb to the top of these mountains to get amazing views of the site. Now, because of the restrictions made by the Peruvian government, they only allow 400 people to climb the mountain daily. So that's 400 people per mountain. And they break it up, 200 people during the morning session and 200 people during the evening session. To climb these mountains, it is an additional fee for Machu Picchu, and you have to book it months and months in advance because, as you can imagine, because of the limited numbers, it does sell out pretty quickly. Another cool thing is just to the right, you'll see between the mountains, there is a trek or an Inca trail that they recently discovered that takes you into the rainforest.
So, all right, so we're gonna leave and catch the bus to go to Aguas Calientes. And I guess we originally thought we'd be here for 4 hours, but we kind of just stuck with our tour guide and stayed here for two and a half hours. I think a lot more time is needed. You're kind of getting the same pictures and same views, different angles. So it's really up to you. If you want to relax, it's actually great views to relax too. So you may actually just want to stay here for the allotted time, 6 to 12 or however long you want. Okay, so you'll see the stone structures. It's really just stones. You're looking at how they built the structure. There's no artifacts or anything like that. I guess it's just the plain foundation of Machu Picchu. And yeah, you kind of see what the astronomers back then had in mind. So we saw a sundial, and there was kind of like a stone that was kind of like a compass. It showed exactly where the south was, kind of like facing Cusco. Yeah, that's about it. And lastly, you'll see there's llamas behind me. We brought those llamas in to kind of just raise the grass here and kind of keep it a little lower. So the hay on top of these huts are, our tour guide discussed as it being waterproof, and they would have to change it every 3 to 4 years. So it's pretty cool.
What's it called?
Veil.
Keep seeing that guy with the make your own luck shirt, which is kind of cool. Alright, I'm gonna slowly pan through here. Yeah, and they mentioned that, I guess, they had the roofs in this triangular form to catch water going down the canals, or aqueducts, rather.
Alright, so this is the pathway to exit Machu Picchu. Once you exit, you can go back in. So you'll see there's a guy here playing the flute, and this line is to have your passport stamped with the Machu Picchu mountain on there. Our tour guide actually helped us with that, and it's free. Also, there is a cafe that you can just have some snacks or something to drink. So that is another option. And once that cleared out, this is the line to get to the bus to back to Aguas Calientes. And just make sure you have your ticket and they'll stamp it for you.
All right, so that's our trip to Machu Picchu. Thanks for watching. Hope you found it helpful.